Alright now, this is Hot Wheels Hilarity once again. Today, right now though, we're in 2024. A few days within it, but hey, January 4th, I'd say things are going along rather smoothly. I got a lot of work that I gotta do with a number of things, but I guess what I can do is set a little bit of time to the side as well. I basically have something in particular I'd like to showcase. Yeah, so basically if you remember from some time ago where I basically used this is the Track Builder Unlimited 4-lane raceway box, which basically allows for you to connect track and these spinner bits. Yeah, well, out of focus, but that's probably one big con I got when it comes to live streaming. But hey, these spinners here and all that good stuff. Of course, this probably is just a bit of a rehash, but for the most part, what we're going to do here is we're simply going to have a nice little series of races come together. Because if you probably remember, there's been a few times where I have raced various teams relating to color. In this instance though, I got 6 different colors to showcase. I know it's not exactly Pride Month, but hey, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, all together in one unique presentation. So I'm basically just going to use this as, I guess we'll just put it as a starting point. Otherwise, what I'm going to do here is I'm simply just going to have it set pretty much like how I would normally have it put. So this is going to be probably a little tedious to some people. So that's why I would only recommend it to some who are interested in live streaming, basically, in a way to at least enjoy the experience, however it can be done. So with that in mind, this is basically just what I have. Yeah, this is basically the starting point. A small mount on the back, which you can actuate like this, will allow it to stick to whatever surface you please. But I'm not really going to be using that for today. I guess what I could do is put a little object underneath like so. And I guess with that, now I can just simply move on to the construction of the raceway itself. And I probably will apologize right off the bat if it does come off as a bit like boring to some. But nonetheless, I do hope that you enjoy this whole thing, regardless of what goes down. So, well, only 2 pieces. Not exactly a good way to put in bread and butter, but you know what? what I can just simply do instead is have the spinners integrated like so. Yeah, it'd be pointless to have it integrated. Okay, well I guess this pretty much completes that task. Now, okay. Gotta make it a little more presentable here. So this way, we now have a good setup. What I'm gonna do here in terms of racing every team is, again, it's gonna be organized based on the color that they're in. So we're basically going to start off from the blue team, then go to the yellow, orange, purple, green, red, and work our way from there. So I guess to keep things simple though, we're just going to be eliminating one at a time. Yeah, not exactly like the end gate from the Super 6-lane raceway, but I can basically use the spinners as a means to measure who is basically the winner of each race. Basically, Fastmaster is the one who has won the first race, and therefore he gets to move on. I keep everyone else to the side, because now what we're going to do is go for the yellow team. Lamborghini Countach, Mercedes A-Class, Porsche 914, and Speed Dozer. It's a nice uniform series of colors. Let's see how these guys can do it. Oh, quite obviously, it was the Porsche. So, in some instances, it'll be a little more obvious than others. Now for the orange team, third in the competition, there's Ren and Rig, Eruption, 57 T-Bird, and Wild Thing. Kind of obvious who's not going to do very well, but hey. Oh. I mean, Ren and Rig technically made it first, even though he got stuck in there, so I guess that's gonna be down for the count. Even though the Thunderbird was pretty close. But as we knew, Wild Thing just didn't do all too well. So, he's out. Quite obviously. Now we're gonna go to purple, which includes Cove Light, Rocket Oil Special, Forward Force, and then we got this model right here. Yeah, doesn't really have a name on the base, but you know what? Let's just see how it goes. Oh, pretty close, I guess. So it does look like that this model technically has made it. Wait, I feel like I'm getting the name. Okay, so this is the Speed Smash. Alright. So far, it's actually looking pretty good with some models that I never quite figured would have actually been able to make it this far. So it does seem that some newcomers, based on the Legends board, as I am going to refer to all the best models I have in my collection, which in HWH history have been able to make fame based on how well they've done on certain layouts. Anyways though, here goes the green team. Glory Chaser, and here we have a Torpedoes model called Slider. Here's a Rally Cat, which I previously had in orange, and next up is a Volkswagen Beetle Woody. Oh, okay. I mean, Glory Chaser looks like he tried to do well. I mean, you kind of saw what it was. On this lane, pretty much, it was very close. But right at the very last millisecond, I basically noticed that Rally Cat was there. So that's basically the win. And now we finally have the red team. Now, it consists of Ultra Rage, Porsche 935, Rapid Response, and the Mistretta MXR. I kind of hope at least one of these other models goes in. Oh boy. Well, once again, it looks like we got a model that managed to overtake at the last millisecond, but I noticed right off the gate it was Rapid Response. And so, sorry, Ultra Rage. And Glory Chaser, of course. So basically, I'd say with the red and green, it was a bit tough to figure out who was the true winner. But after some good old judgment from my own vision, I've been able to determine all the winners here. So across all 6 colors for the blue team, there's Fastmaster. The yellow team is Porsche 914. The red and rig for the orange team. Speed Crash for the purple team, and then we have the green team with Rally Cat, and finally Rapid Response for the red team. In terms of how we're going to decide on the finals though, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pretty much mix them up here. 2 groups of 3 will pretty much be put into place, while what we'll do here is just simply have all 3 of them up at a time. Porsche, Response, and Fastmaster are all going to be going first. Now, unlike all the other races, which were just single elimination, which is basically how we got 6 wins on this round, what we're going to do here is just gather 2. So, we'll have 2 chances for any of these members on who gets to go to the podium from 1st through 4th place. So, who's going to make the first entry? Oh! Oh, looks like the Porsche wants it badly. So I guess that's what's going to have to happen. Meanwhile, let's set Fastmaster and Rapid Response back up onto the starting block, because one more win. And I guess I'll go like this. Whoa, okay. I definitely saw Fastmaster overtake Rapid Response, so sorry. Red team is out. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is get to the rest of the guys. Rally Cat, Speed Crash, or Bash. I feel like I should have read the text more clearly. Speed Bash, Speed Bash, Speed Bash. And Red and Rig are all pretty much in place. Now we're going to essentially king things off. Now, oh, pretty close race, but once again, Red and Rig, I happen to notice, was ever so further than the rest. This will be the 4th and final chance that we'll ever get to see the likes of Speed Bash and Rally Cat on the board. On the board, pretty much. So, who's going to make the win? Awesome. So, sorry, red and green are out for good this time. And with that in mind, we got ourselves 4 winners here. We're moving on to the finals this very occasion with Speed Bash, Porsche 914, Fastmaster, and Ren and Rig. It's up to determine who is going to be going first today. Oh, okay. Once again, Ren and Rig gets stuck, but that doesn't matter because we have a winner. Porsche 914. Wow. That's a big victory I never figured would have ever shown up. Yet here we are. But hey, we still got second, third, and fourth together, so that's what we're going to be doing here. Oof. Almost looked like a tie. But as we've seen before, Ren and Rig seems to want to overtake everybody else. I guess because sheer size does happen to be a good advantage here. That pretty much takes the cake. At least a little slice of it, while Porsche hogs all of it. Now, Fastmaster, Speed Bash, who gets third and fourth? Okay then. This is basically just that. We have Porsche 914 in first place, Ren and Rig in second, Speed Bash in third, Fastmaster in fourth. So, I guess that pretty much concludes this piece here, but I guess by some degree I'm not really wanting to go just yet. There's a lot of models that I have right here that barely even had much time in HWH whatsoever. So you know what? As a little bonus, we're going to do some fun here. Let them all fall to the floor. Well, if you ask me, quite a sight to behold. But moreover, it's definitely